Welcome, guys, to Football Enthusiast Corner. Today, we'll be talking about Man United's recent abysmal performance in the league. Of course, we already know they crashed out of Europe a long time. And moving forward, the only thing we've got left, or they've got left actually to contend for, is uh, the, let's say, the fine finish in the league to qualify for perhaps Europa League or the Conference League, because the Champions League is out of it if we're being realistic here. So, Marto, welcome to the session. What was your thought on yesterday's game?
Foremost, thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday felt more like rock bottom for United fans. I feel like it's been coming, to be very honest. It's been coming. And we can decide to use injuries as excuses and all of that. But then again, personally, I feel like the best time to react to what happened yesterday was the day after. Because yesterday emotions were all over the place. Imagine today we just witnessed our own player, Jadon Sancho, becoming a UEFA Champions League finalist. I think that is more than anybody in our current squad, aside the likes of Casemiro that have been there and done it. The problems of United are clear, and it's the problems behind the scenes that are starting to reflect on the pitch. Yeah, I know INEOS have come in and started doing some minor changes behind the scenes, changing the CEO and all of that. But then again, something doesn't feel right. I don't know if the players have this feeling of we can get another manager sacked and we'll get away with it. I don't know if that's what they are feeling. Because I feel the minimum requirement for a Manchester United player is to run for the badge. When you take that out of context and you cannot be asked, as the British would say, then I don't think you should wear the badge. Some of them play like they don't understand the magnitude of the club they find themselves in. They've not looked at the people that came before, the ones that have been. And it really leaves a lump in watching us getting beaten by Crystal Palace. Even the backers of old Guardiola's and all of that. If you're United, you don't get beat 4-0. You can lose a game, you can have a bad game, you can have an off day. But losing 4-0 it's not a United thing. And this group of players have become accustomed to losing because they feel, don't worry, next game we can make it right. Fans on our side and everything. People will forget about this group of players. Lost 7 to Liverpool, lost 4-0 to Brighton at the start of the season.
I was going to come to that when you said it's not a United team, but gradually I think it's becoming a United team, because the same
Exactly.
Liverpool before the 7-0, we can remember vividly 5-0 trashing. Was it at Old
At Old
Trafford?
Trafford.
At Old Trafford, right?
Yeah.
Untrue.
It was 5-0. Salah even had to remove his shirt. He was feeling fly. I can't forget that in front of the fans. So, yeah.
Because of that game still hurts me till today. And this group of players have become accustomed to it. They lost 5-0 under Ole Ragnick era. They lost 7-0 last season. Brighton won us 4-0. Brighton came to Old Trafford this season. They outplayed us. Welbeck was having the time of his life. Same as Bournemouth this season. Crystal Palace won us home and away this season. So it's
Because
just been
we beat them once in the cup, didn't we?
What?
We beat them once in the cup game earlier this season, didn't we? I think that was Carling. Yeah,
That was about first game.
Carabao Cup. Yeah.
We did Carabao Cup before we went on to lose to Newcastle. Anyways, that was Amrabat's first game, and that we defeated them in the Carabao Cup on a weekend. And a few days after, we had them in the league, and they won us at Old Trafford.
At Old Trafford, yes.
There's a problem with the mentality of the players. For me, I've always been a Ten Hag in from the onset. I like the sound of having a disciplinarian in our team as our manager. And as at the time we made him the manager of Manchester United, he was the best team out there. Looking at his resume from Ajax, the Champions League semi-final team, and all of that. But now I'm starting to see one thing with these players and players of this generation. If they look to the touchline, you need more than a coach. They need to look at the man and feel, okay, I'm ready to run for him. I'm ready to put in the yards for him. I mean, look at Liverpool. When you look at the touchdown, you see Jurgen Klopp. Man, the stature of the man, how he carries himself. And then you look at Ten Hag, he's obviously his demeanor is 10 when things are not going well. But then you ask for more. If it was Postecoglou, okay, that figure, okay, we can, okay. But then you look at Ten Hag and you feel, for me, Ten Hag is more of a youth coach
Than for the big boys in
for the big boys.
United.
Which
You,
is
you are
not
calling someone Bayern. Bayern is coming from. You are saying he's more of a youth coach, bro. You see, started after Bayern wants his signature right now. And you know he's supposed to be good.
Bayern wants who? Ten Hag at this time.
It's
yeah, they've
linked to
made him top
Bayern
of the list.
enough. It's all over the media. The links are there. It's linked to Bayern.
If you don't give them that thing they want, they turn on you from day one. I was watching the analysis after the game, and Michael Owen was just going in on Ten Hag. He's not a Man United manager. He's this, he's that. I'm like, hold on. After the game against Brighton and Brentford, we defeated Liverpool, we defeated Leicester City, we defeated Arsenal. We went 4 straight, and they were all waxing lyrical about this same man. Have they all forgotten that? He even went as far as saying Steve McClellan would be a better interim. They should sack Ten Hag now, appoint his third assistant. Mind you, his assistant is Van der Gag. Appoint his third assistant, Steve McClaren, from now to the end of the season, after the FA Cup, and then replace him. And I'm like, go to Spain, go to Italy. Michael Owen, look at Xabi Alonso. See what he's doing in Bayer Leverkusen. Look at Thiago Motta. Look at what he's doing in Bologna or Udinese. I don't know where he coaches. But you are just here on TV, making money. Obviously, you are with Sky, right? With the big screen and everything. You can be critical, but don't be subjective. Because this same pundit are saying, Postecoglou deserves time. He has done. If you were that good, you should be a manager. Take up a team.
Technically, yeah, yesterday's game, that first defeat, I would say it's all on Ten Hag. I watched the analysis yesterday and I could say it's not really about the players. That was Ten Hag's fault because if you notice second half, that they showed, I watched something second half. The first kick Onana had was direct to, he was looking for a run in behind. And we brought Onana to play from the back. Let's assume that he didn't want to play from the back because of we're already a couple of goals now, and probably because he needed urgent reply. And then his first kick in the second half was to go long. And guess who he was going long for?
Diego Dallo.
Exactly. Diego Dallo, your left back.
That same thing happened against Burnley at Old Trafford.
So you can imagine
coming out of the judgment.
If your centre backs were Nero and Danny Evans, their pace is like negative or less than max for 20, it's never up to 50. How do you expect them to track back from almost half of the pitch? So you can, as yesterday, I would say 80% of the blame should be on Ten Hag. And aside yesterday, Ten Hag has done too many favoritism this season. Based on the fact that we are leading a game, your major threats are basically just Garnacho because Rashford has been totally off the season. And then you take him off and take off man, and then we lose total balance and lose the game. Because there's no injection of threats. Nobody's scared of them. Everybody just comes to attack. And from 2 goals down, we are struggling to hold a goal.
In the defense, Garnacho is still young. With the size and stature of Manchester United, should we be relying on a 19-year-old player?
You should not only threat. That's basically your only goal.
They are young players. You have to manage their load. Kobe just came back from a very horrible injury he picked up during. Are you trying to tell me? Use Coventry as an example. We're winning 3-0.
Game. That's on the players. You can't throw a 3-goal lead to a Division 1 team. That's on United players. But I'm giving other examples, not the Coventry game. There were so many others like that, not just the Coventry game. I think there was one. Was it
because you can't say you have seasoned professionals like Anthony, and then you take off Garnacho and Kobe and Anthony and Eriksen can't see off a game against Coventry at Wembley. Then there's a problem in depth. And listen, my problem with Ten Hag is that he's stubborn. And as a man, sometimes you need to stick to what you believe in. You should be willing to die on a particular hill if that's what works for you. If you look at our shape, we want to play a high line. The problem Ten Hag is experiencing now is the same problem Ole experienced in his last season. We don't have players that are ready to take the next step. They are all comfortable in staying in the low block. Bruno gets the ball, use Rashford pace, use Garnacho. Garnacho just became a first team regular recently. Use his pace in behind runs, which shouldn't be. He wants to play a dynamic pattern of football, according to him. Ajax and the Manchester United DNA combined. I don't know how that would be. But when you look at how we play, pundits complain about the midfield being too open. Doing the same thing Arsenal does, but which Arsenal does by coming Declan Rice to sit, Odegaard and Havertz move forward. But when they saw that even that pattern can be compromised, what did Arteta do? He started playing Havertz as a false nine. He brought in Jorginho. Just to get in football, if you lose the midfield duel, you are gone. Even Man City that are the masters, Pep still adds John Stones to Rodri because he knows if you go past Rodri, you are done. And we're suffering from Casemiro has no legs, Evans has no legs. I never thought I was going to miss Fred. The reason we have gaps in midfield is because our attack and our defense are far apart. Maguire, Evans, Casemiro, they can't push high. I mean, Casemiro when he's playing defensive. But Maguire, Evans, or Lindelof, they can't push high. Because when you lose the ball, there is no pace to recover. Look at Tottenham. When they play a high line, 5 out of 7 times, when they lose the ball, they have Van de Ven, who is very, very, very quick. So when you take into account all these things, Ten has, should I say, excuses in his armory. But then again, the way football goes, if you don't have the personnel and the resources to play your pattern, you adapt, even if it means becoming pragmatic for a while. That was my take. And then he had an interview with Gary Neville last week when he said he knows he could be pragmatic, but the reason is if you change to a more pragmatic style, when the returning injury players come back, do you switch back to your front foot football? And I just feel he has had this personal vendetta. He's now Ten Hag versus the media. When do we stop this cycle of sack the manager and keep the same players? We've had players that have been here since the time of Mourinho. If Anthony Martial can prefer to finally go do surgery when he knew he was at the cost of being given out on loan of his contract in January, he preferred to go do his surgery and wait out the rest of his contract. It shows you the mentality of the player. We are still paying the full amount for Greenwood's loan. We are covering 70% of Jadon Sancho's salary. We have Facundo Pellistri. Hannibal Mejbri has been in Sevilla. He has not played 90 minutes since January. So the problems are deeper than we think. If I was INEOS, obviously, when you come as a new management and a new body, you already have your man you want. There's no disputing that fact. INEOS know who they want. Just boil down to maybe the person is not readily available yet. So it's on Ten Hag to show them why they should stick with him. But if I was INEOS, I would back Ten Hag, if not for anything, but to show the players that player power has no place in Manchester United. Back the manager. Look to the capital. Look at London. The North. See what Arsenal did with Arteta. They gave him time to play what he wants to play. But if you continue the rinse and repeat cycle of you sack the manager, after you sack Ten Hag at the end of the season or probably tomorrow or whenever, whoever you bring in, be it Gareth Southgate, which God for I don't want, or Tuchel, or
is he the one in pole position now? Is he the one leading the pole to take over United?
Tuchel is basically always wanted to be a Man United manager right from his days at Chelsea. These people recognize the enormity of the club. But if you bring in Tuchel, all of a sudden Rashford starts to put in the run, which he has not been asked to do all season. All of a sudden, all of them, and this same Anthony, and what broke my heart yesterday, why I can't defend Ten Hag was 9 players on the team yesterday were his players. 9. And big ups to the United fan, they kept singing their hearts out. They even applauded them at the end of the game. They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it.
I think that part
to be honest,
is going to play.
Because these are fans that pay their head.
That part where they had to sing or do the chants for the players, that's the part get into the players' emotions to push them to do more in the next game. And like we all know, Arsenal are visiting Old Trafford come this weekend. Huge game, very huge game, we all know. I personally, I think, and this is just my verdict, anyone could go against it. If we remember how United performed after losing to Brentford, was it 2 seasons ago or last season? But I know that was Eric Ten Hag's first season. Was it his
It was
first or
last
second game?
year.
Last
INEOS
season,
game.
right? Yeah. Was that at Old Trafford?
No, we lost to them at their stadium.
In their stadium. Okay, yeah. Now, we lost 4-0 to Palace at Selhurst Park yesterday, and come this weekend, we're expecting title contenders. One of the main title contenders in Arsenal. So I think with those emotions, the unexpected emotions from the crowd yesterday, and from how the players responded to um, the chants, the unexpected praises, it will push them to do better come against Arsenal. I see that
Um,
game as something that could end in the
I
favor
doubt.
of United.
I really
if
doubt
they
that. I would be surprised
have
if that
these
becomes the
exact
case.
players that played Crystal Palace, we are losing nothing less than 5. I'm 100% certain. If it's these same boys that played against Crystal Palace, this exact same lineup, the same centre back pairing, the same defensive line, the same midfield. If there is no Bruno, we are not even scoring any goal. That's certain.
No, Bruno will be
We
back.
struggle to make chances. We as in, I'm not sure we created any. Did we create any chance yesterday? I doubt. I can't remember any.
And Mason Mount had the
Very
opportunity to live up to his 65 million. I don't even understand the problem. We signed Mason Mount for 65 million. He was going into the last year of his contract. I get it. Liverpool were after him. Arsenal were after him, as the media made us believe. English hype and all of that. He has
yeah.
not even started the games, and the season is over. I just got him as a free agent, maybe like Ericsson. And then these boys have it in them to have beaten Crystal Palace yesterday, to beat Newcastle, and to beat us now. And they also have it in them to lose all games. When they switch off, it goes like that.
Do you think, or what players do you think United should keep at the end of the season? Who is going? Who is staying? Come the
If
end
you would
of the
ask,
season.
if you would ask me, I would tell. I would love the house. That kind of how Guardiola did in his first 2 seasons when he came to City, where
Yeah.
like he literally changed the whole starting 11
Yeah.
for a first. That's basically what Ten Hag should do. Because to be fair, to be honest, I've watched our players, compare them to the kind of technicality City players and Arsenal players or Liverpool players have. They don't have the technical prowess and they don't have the machinery in them. They can't run. I don't know. I feel like it's just outright laziness between amongst the players. Now, aside that, if you are not technically sound and if you are not physically active, then what was the essence? You just get dominated by every single person you play, both the weak teams, both the strong teams. Now, if you look at teams like Liverpool or kind of Liverpool kind of players, they look for energy in their signings. That's their trait. Can you run? Can you run for 90 minutes? Can you press? And then get you. You get now, even if they are not doing much, the big boys in front will do the finishing, and then everybody's working for the team. They go front and back. So that's why it's very easy for them to play City because City will never rest for 90 minutes. Now, if you look at Arsenal kind of players, technical monster, Harvard is good with the ball on his leg. There is Saka, there is Odegaard, the genius. There is Declan Rice from your defense to attack, joining them easily. We don't have those kind of players. We only have a player that can connect the midfield and attack, and that's just Bruno. Without Bruno, we can do nothing. Our sole people is Bruno Fernandes. If Bruno does not play again, we are totally fucked. There is no other person that can do what he does. Now that's even between us and other teams. Other teams they have at least 2, at least 3. We don't. We don't have versatility in our team. If it's not those big boys, then we are dead. We can't function. We can't perform. So I feel like we need like a total haul. Like let them go. Let them go. I don't know.
So
That's the
you are
only thing that
not you are not you are not pinpointing any particular player you want to leave.
I would
You
say if we can for Ten Hag signings, they are showing promising signs to an extent. Ten Hag signings and the boys he brought from the academy, like Garnacho and Mine, quality players, he just needs a little grooming. Probably Højlund shows that hunger for goal, but his service, they give him almost zero or no service at all in the game, so he can stay. Marcus Rashford, I don't know. I don't know his problem. I don't know his problem. He has it in him, but I don't know. I can't see what Rashford's issue is. But you see that midfield aside, man, Eriksen is too old to be a Man United player. He should go. You shouldn't pity him for his happy. He should go. He's not Manchester standard. He shouldn't even be a midfield. Like supporting eight when you are looking for goal. He has nothing. He can't pass. He's almost not like a midfield, just aggressively marking.
For me.
Sometimes he even be midfield and yeah. So we don't. I would say Manchester United does not have a midfield. We don't. Forcing Bruno to come back and play six when he's your sole creator doesn't even make sense. He should be at the forefront with your attackers, and scoring goals. That's what he does as a player. So we need a total overhaul. Wan-Bissaka going forward is a no. I hated him yesterday with my body, soul, and spirit. Like that was the first time I know I watched Wan-Bissaka and I was like, God, this guy is not United standard. He should. I don't know if he should fall back.
But he looked to have improved in recent times. Lately, he felt like he improved, and part of the praises were even going to the manager himself, like for bringing out the best.
He inconsistency. Wan-Bissaka can hold the ball. I'm talking of what is your when you go forward. He can beat man in a while, it happens. But once he reaches that final decision, which almost every other player lacks, their final decision is terrible. Either to pass or shoot, or their final decision is almost zero. Wan-Bissaka doesn't provide anything going forward. Nothing. He doesn't cross the ball. I don't just know what he does aside sliding and marking in the defense. It's a no for me.
He's not a modern day fullback. He's a proper traditional fullback. Do his defensive shift and get on with it. For me, the question of who I will keep and sell, I would build the team around. I would keep Bruno Fernandes because it's not easy to have a player always readily available. In as much as I feel like we've wasted his prime years, but he deserves to be there when things get good again. I'll keep Bruno. For some weird reasons, I'll keep Marcus Rashford. I will keep Rashford.
Because of his influence.
Exactly. I'll keep Marcus. Obviously, I'll keep Garnacho. I'll keep Kobe Mainoo. I'll keep Rasmus Højlund.
As your main striker or as your second striker?
No, definitely we're getting a striker during the summer.
Are we getting more quality or are we getting understudy to main and to Højlund, I mean?
It would be a shame getting understudy. We should get a finisher where Rasmus can learn off. I'll keep him because he's a potential and he's a talent. I'll keep Diogo Dalot, but I would send Wan-Bissaka back to Crystal Palace. Use him as a part deal to get either Olise or Eze. Yesterday, I was calling Casemiro Uncle Miro. Olise and Eze. Those two Nigeria boys yesterday.
He's tired. Casemiro.
Those two boys will walk into our attack right.
He has always been like that. It's Casemiro for
those two boys will walk into our attack right now.
He's just
I will sell Lindelof. I would respect to Maguire. I appreciate the mental strength for coming back from adversity and all of that. Yes, thank you. He's good, but not good enough. Lindelof would leave. Maguire should leave. Varane should go to Saudi. Casemiro, thank you very much. Go back to Saudi. Wan-Bissaka should leave. Eriksen, thank you very, very, very much. Anthony Martial is been a pleasure. Facundo Pellistri, I don't know what's happening now. It has to go because we have too many options that are not even good enough. Pellistri should go. We've not even talked about Ahmad. Pellistri should go. Ahmad should go for their own good, though, not because they don't have the potential to be better, but they should go. Maybe we just get a buyback clause when they start to do well, like Madrid does. When they start to do well, we have first refusal or a buyback clause to get them back. Sancho Greenwood will go because of the allegations and the fact that women are powerful in the UK.
Yeah.
Sancho, I'm stuck between my head and my heart.
My
want to see him play.
Sancho cannot defraud me. I don't know what people see in Sancho. See, Sancho is Sancho. Forget the performance against
some players perform based on the club they find themselves in at the moment. Sancho
technically.
performs better in a Dortmund shirt. Doesn't make it certain he's going to perform the same or even better in a United shirt.
Sancho is not that kind of winger or player that can thrive on his own. He needs a team performance. Sancho does not like to run. He likes those pocket of spaces, those flash in the pan kind of dribble. He likes to conserve his energy.
That's the kind of player Sancho is. The normal cage,
does not play
footballer, give and take. That kind of player, give and take. And so I think Sancho is one of them ones
for Arsenal. Like you have Arsenal. Yes, Sancho he'll be one of the best, but not in United. He won't make it in United. No way. There's no way he's going to make it in United yet. Yeah,
okay. Hopefully the new management comes in and turn things around for United. But going into the season with the same managers, the same players, and a little addition, it will be worse. It could be worse.
Some will leave, if not for anything, for the sake of contract expiring. Varane, Marshall. Lindelof has one more year, but if I were him, I would leave. If I were Maguire, if West Ham still wants him, he could make a fine captain for West Ham. And West Ham is not a bad club, or Fulham or something. But then again, bringing him to Man United, making him captain, he feels like they owe me. Oga Loco. Why will go back this? Why will go West Ham? Where have they, even if I dey bench, big boy, they play for mine. That's their mentality.
Okay,
no,
so
get injury, I go enter. No worry, go get injury. They go sack our coach. It's just I don't know.
we'll see what things turn around to be at the end of the season. So now I don't know who you think carries the blame for this current state of the team. Is it the players not performing up to standards? Is it the manager or is it the management? The owners?
For me, it's the medical team.
Judging by what this season is, because I'm asking overall.
Overall, it's the medical team. Because I refer back to the piece I watched. I remember I watched that press conference. Ten Hag was giving the all clear that Luke Shaw and Malacia will be back in January by the medical team. And that was the reason why Sergio Reguilon was sent back.
Okay.
See where we did. How many times Messi man won't come back, go? When did Wan-Bissaka turn to injury player? He's missed about half of this season. Season where they so Bruno just arm break. Yeah, and say, I'm not doing again. She be telling me. I'm not doing again.
How long is Bruno out?
I think he'll be back. He'll be back. He was just probably rested to avoid too much complication. Yeah.
Because we've all played football in some capacity. The pain for hand, pass, leg, because you can't move. So imagine playing with the cough for 2 games or 3 games straight and training at certain intensity. For Bruno to get injured, the only players that have not had injury this season, Onana, Dalo. Even Dalo don't break hand. Though. Last match, he wear bandage for Crystal Palace. The drip blood. I didn't wear bandage, finish the match. Dalo, Garnacho, and Onana. That's all. McTominay suffered the hyperextension. He's out. Harry Maguire is out for the season, except FA Cup final where the May 25 or whenever. So where is the games where the people that have been injured would build rhythm? You don't just chuck all of them to FA Cup final. City will destroy you. This is the worst time to play City when they're in the mood, when they're in that groove. And we signed the former head of sports science from Arsenal starting of this season. I've been a spy. Now in the sense, say go and finish what Marshall started. What's that his name again? O'Driscoll. I can't remember his first name, but it's O'Driscoll. I think the same man go complete the work where Marshall and Pogba then start. Look, it's a mess. INEOS have come in and said they want best in class. Kudos to them. They've gotten Omar Berada from City. Top one, Jason Wilcox. Dan Ashworth is taking Newcastle to court to force his move. Kudos to them. But then again, the medical department. I saw something again a few days ago where Radcliffe threatened the staff of Man United. If they don't sit up, there will be no Christmas party. Because he said the academy building and the office is so dirty. Can you imagine? And he also said people don't even work in the office; they work from home. There's other them start coming to work on people they pay. So the problem is what we see on the pitch. Look at Carrington, decrepit. Old Trafford, you've been there. It's the roof, the leak. So when you come into the you look, now I won't play. How you go take serious? But look at City. Look at Tottenham. Even look at Arsenal. There's a structure, there's an infrastructure. If you go training, you train well. But look at Man United.
Wow, that's Dr. Passos. Wala deal.
Everybody gets, even Aston Villa gets structure passes. Monchi is a sporting director from Sevilla. Who signed Anthony Gordon? Now Dan Ashworth. Unpopular opinion, Anthony Gordon should be on the plane to Germany, not Marcus Rashford. But Marcus go there because of the MBE. Have you witnessed a game at St. James Park? Do you see the intensity in the play?
A different ball game. Like
What injuries this season as well? Injury to don't disturb them. If they would have been doing better than they are.
80% of their squad were out now. They were still winning games. At least they struggled a bit for the first like 2-3 games.
But you can resonate to the fact that they will get injured. If you're a judge, you resonate to that fact.
Once the big boys came back, they went straight back into the
and
it's not supposed to be like that.
Anybody that came brought the same intensity.
It's what things that have structure. I remember when Liverpool were suffering injuries to
injury crisis.
Did they not win the Carabao Cup with kids?
He was dropping bangers. Kwanzaa came in. He was like he never affected how they play in any way at all. But then we just struggle and we struggle. We get few that are big names and then we are suffering. No, we have
because when you take away Lisandro Martinez and you bring in Johnny Evans, if you want passing go John like this, Papa go say no, don't be there. You will see that logo run. Oh, now come, bro, our problems, When I be ball playing goalkeeper, we boom all a long pass. No, if you play 10, maybe only one. Go meet Anthony. Anthony go do you try to push people for front.
You see Anthony.
Who am I about now? I'm about be like. I'm about to be a partner for gym. Look at Holding. No fats. Rodrigo, you see the Busquets. I'm not they call holding midfielder. When they flex with their body, they don't beat you. I'm about to enter against Burnley. First touch, for grand. Nobody will have. Yes, they are seeing enter. You don't go collect yellow card.
But have you watched Amrabat before he came to United? He was actually a very good.
The players coming in at some point make it look like it's the team that is the problem.
He was injured.
Exactly. Amrabat was a roddy. He had this.
Jurgen Klopp wanted Amrabat. Jurgen Klopp wanted him before they got Endo. It's not as if he's a bad player, but the pressure that comes to play for Manchester United is second to none. No, everything the scrutiny, and you are coming into a club at a very bad time. What Olise did yesterday, if Olise was putting on a Man United jersey, he wouldn't have done it. What Eze did yesterday, if he was putting on a Man United, he wouldn't have done it.
If you've played football, you understand that if you play with a team that you know is good, you improve. Like you get good yourself. It's how it is. Like once you know that these players are good and they are relaxed, if you are not under pressure, you play better. So if you dominate games, there will be fewer lapses. Even amongst people that are not too sound, there will be fewer lapses. So I feel like everybody outplays Man United. I don't think I've watched a game aside that Crystal Palace Cup match that we won them comfortably 3-0. I don't think I've watched a game that we were 100. Okay, probably maybe Sheffield, even though they
Not
still
even sure. When we had our proper 11 out against Aston Villa and Luton, first half we did well. Even against Aston Villa that we later played 2-1 thanks to Scott McTominay. Villa only started getting into the game at the second half when they had to take off Casemiro, Licha for precaution and Shaw. You see the drop in value when they leave the pitch. It can't be same when they're not there at all.
That's what I'm
Funny
saying.
thing, if Marshall there our 9, and if Marshall say to I won't play ball, we go play better. Forget this, they find Hoyland. If Marshall say today, I won't play, my name is Anthony, but Anthony, I won't play, we go play better.
But you know, Marshall and Hoyland are two different kind of players.
They are
You
two
know,
different.
Hoyland is a kind of Haaland kind of player. They don't really do.
He's a poacher. He wants to be found and so he will score. But our wingers are so used to cutting in and shooting, or cut in, Marshall come, play sweet football,
Exactly.
overlap.
They are
So
used to. I feel like he would have thrived under Greenwood.
Greenwood is even more stingy. Greenwood will go even play. Ronaldo go say, see me here. Go like this.
Greenwood
Watching Greenwood
knows
now,
when.
he has improved. Watching
Yes,
Greenwood
knows.
right now at Etafe, he has improved and he does better now with releasing the final passes.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
I think
knows
it's
when.
yeah, not like that.
That's one thing Garnacho is very terrible at. Garnacho is terrible at finding.
You know who they look up to? Marcus. Carry ball, put eye for ground, they run. The only thing they want to cut.
That's how Marcus too, please. So you can't really. I don't know. There's some. Those that
Marcus needs to know he turns 26.
boys are not really coached well. If you are being honest, they are not really coached well. I don't really see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who we want bring now? We've had Mourinho, we've had Van Gaal, we've had only was whatever. This Ragnick will pursue Bayern column. Now Inter Bayern no.
Exactly.
Then how do we get now where with people is some fraction of the fan base may sack? He's the number. He was the number 1 on Ajax list to come back, and he's now the number 1 on Bayern list. I always take exception. I don't listen. Yeah, our problem as fans is we let what these pundits say get into our head, forgetting that Ferguson ruined their childhood, so they would never wish anything bad for United.
Yeah.
No, look at Emery when he was at Arsenal, and then the English bias, they won't use mouth chop on Emery for Arsenal. Now that man discovered Bukayo Saka. Now him sign Martinelli. Now him sign Saliba. Saliba go loan.
And signing. What are you teaching them? See, there's even between my team is playing football, but they are losing. Then you see that's like hard luck. You get what's United style? You don't have a style, so you can't really say United are. You can't really blame the players not performing their duty, because if you said Ten Hag, this is Ten Hag style. They are passing from the back. Everybody sees how Tottenham plays high press, high line with their against. They're always passing from the back, no matter how you press them. Everybody can see how Arsenal plays. Liverpool, their tempo. What's United style on that Ten Hag? There's no. We don't have an identity. There's no. Remove 2 or 3 players and we have crumbled because it's individual. There's no
identity when the vast majority of the players we have only wants to play pragmatic football. That was what Ole suffered. When if you looked at this interview Ole did when he was sacked, he did an interview. He said it. We wanted to take the next step together, and unfortunately we couldn't, so I have to step aside. When look, fans, humans are fickle. If you give us sugar, we want honey. So if you play pragmatic counter-attack that night in Paris, where we beat Barcelona, we have Fred and Casemiro, it's all good. But when you see, okay, we want to take the next step, we want to dominate games, we do not have players. McTominay is not technical, but he scores goals.
Like I said, he shouldn't even be a midfielder. He should be an 8 or something. He shouldn't be in the midfielder.
So Ten Hag didn't all of a sudden become a bad manager. He did it at Ajax. If Ten Hag Ajax play us now, they go win us. If Ten Hag produced Timber, look at the players he has produced. So the problem is deeper. We can sit here all night. The problem for United is deeper. And you have agents and people telling players, only said that in the overlap, that some players think they are actually better than what they are. No worry. You good, Maguire. You good, Maguire. I go live for you. You good. Good way.
Well, this is where we come to the end of the session today, and let's just believe that the new management coming in August. Is it August? Oh no, they start before August. August is when the new season starts. But at the end of this season, I'll say probably from June they take over. Let's see new happenings at United and see how they get on from there. Thank you guys for bringing in your views here, and we'll be here on our next session. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is where we close it for today, and I'm urging everyone to subscribe to our channel, the Football Enthusiast Corner. Follow us for more interesting contents like this. Click the link on our bio to subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos. Thank you very much.